Anyone else getting a lot of, like, Pokemon card pack openings on their YouTube Shorts feed? I honestly don't even know anything about Pokemon TCG, but I keep watching them, so the idea hit me. What if I opened a pack, then used the Pokemon I pulled in a Nuzlocke? Would that be stupid? What would happen? Is it even worth spending money on a pack for? Well, I've got this amazing pack of Pokemon TCG Mega Evolution. I didn't really have a reason for picking this one. It was just random, whatever I could find. Let's crack it open. How do I open this? Can I not open this? That's really embarrassing. I can't open it. I'm gonna get scissors. Okay, this is really embarrassing. I hate this. I hate my life. I hate everything. Don't look at this. Okay, I have just a whatever. Okay. Fire energy, that one doesn't count. Oh my god, wait. Oh my god. This is like this is my favorite Pokemon. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Okay, good start. Tangela. Golden Go. It's shiny too. Whatever this is. An Inteleon. Ninetales. Baneri. Snover. What is this one? Tyrogue. And then the last one. Seedot. Well, is this card worth anything? Hold on. I'm gonna look up what this card is worth. 40 cents. Okay. With that, the team that I would be using for my Nuzlocke was formed. I decided to play this Nuzlocke in a modified version of Emerald that includes all Pokemon up to Gen 8, which unfortunately means I'll be missing out on Golden Go. As a plus though, it lets me use a Mega Mawile as a standalone Pokemon, which is neat. Even without the Ghost type, though, my team looks pretty stacked, enough that I decide to box my Mawile, Inteleon, and Ninetales until I beat Watson, just to make the early game a little bit spicier. We start off against Roxanne, who Tangela just kind of solos with Ingrain support. Okay, I mean that one was found to be pretty easy, but what about Brawly? Most of my team is weak to fighting, so this one should be trouble, right? Oh, Tangela just solos this one too, in exactly the same way. Huh. Well, with the level cap raised, I'm able to get a key evolution in Hitmonlee, and along with Lopunny and Tangela, the Watson fight is looking very doable even without my most powerful Pokemon. Almost as doable as liking, commenting, and subscribing would be for you if you wanted to see more Nuzlocke videos just like this, right? Anyways, I get to Mauville in a flash after delivering the Devon parts and stomping my rival, and it's time to deal with the gatekeeper of the Hoenn mid-game. I lead with Tangela against his Voltorb and immediately go for a Sleep Powder to mitigate the risk of it self-destructing. Unfortunately, it gets the turn 2 Wake Up, but doesn't boom as I kill with 2 Mega Drains. Manectric comes out next, and I stay in to try another Sleep Powder, taking a Shockwave decently. I decide to stay in here and recover some HP with Mega Drains, getting him down to about half HP with the Citrus Berry recovery. I go for another Sleep Powder as Tangela gets crit down to low HP and hit it, but it's not safe to save anymore, so Lopunny comes out next. Deciding that none of my other attacks will kill from this range, I rip a Jump Kick and thankfully hit the 90% accurate move. Magneton is next, and I figured I've tried my luck enough at this point, switching Hitmonlee in on a Thunder Wave that gets cancelled due to Libra. A Fake Out into Rock Smash does great damage as Magneton hits me with a Supersonic. I switch back to Lopunny to get rid of the confusion, KOing with another Rock Smash. His final Electric is no threat, and with that, I earn the 3rd Gym Badge. Now that I've beaten Watson, the rest of my team comes online, and I'm finally able to flex my most powerful team members as I take on Team Magma at Mount Chimney. The fight against Maxie is no issue, though, and it's straight to Lava Ridge to take on Flannery, who Inteleon basically solos with just a little bit of good luck from paralysis. The fight against Norman is similarly really easy, since none of his Pokemon, even his Slacking, can do meaningful damage to my Mega Mawile. We finish that up, and Team Aqua at the Weather Institute and my rival both go down easily as well. I pick up a Leaf Stone to evolve my Nuzleaf into Shiftry on the way to the Fortree Gym. XP management becomes a really big deal here due to Winona's really low level cap for some reason, and my Mawile actually ends up over-leveling from the gym trainers, meaning I have to go without it for Winona. Inteleon kills Swablu and the baited Tropius and Altaria with ice beams from a TM from the game corner, surfing the Skarmory down and tagging out for Lopunny to kill the final Pelipper with Thunderbolts also from the game corner. It's an easy battle, all in all. I'm flying through the mid-game here without really much difficulty at all. My team feels super strong, especially now with Tangela evolving into Tangrowth, and at this point, I'm pretty convinced that the rest of the game will be just as easy. Team Aqua at Mount Pyre, Maxie in the Magma hideout, and Admin Matt in the Aqua hideout all go down without issue to prove me right, and I'm off to fight Tate and Liza. I start off with my Inteleon and Abomasnow against their lead Xatu and Claydol. I figure that a single Ice Beam from Abomasnow will kill Xatu, so I have Inteleon attack the Claydol instead. Earthquake hits back hard as Abomasnow does get the kill. The sun is up now though, and Solrock threatens both my slots with Solar Beam and Flamethrower. I'm forced to make a really awkward double switch here into Shiftry and Lopunny, the latter of whom gets hit really hard with a double target Psychic and Flamethrower. Shiftry's also at risk to Solrock's Flamethrower, but I read that it'll target my low HP Lopunny instead, and thankfully get that play right as Inteleon tanks a Psychic that probably would have killed it with a crit. Oops. Same read as before. Malwa comes in to take the baited double target as Shiftry does decent damage with the Leaf Blade. From here, I can cleanly kill Solrock with a huge power-boosted Sucker Punch, and Lunatone is powerless against my Psychic Resistant immunity. Definitely the scariest fight so far, but I get through with no deaths. Archie goes down at C4 Cavern, and I'm free to scale Sky Pillar to summon a suspiciously copper-colored Rayquaza to put Kyogre and Groudon into timeout. After that, there's nothing to do but go to Juan. The fight starts off easy as ever, with Shiftry one-shotting his Love Disc with a Leaf Blade and baiting at his scariest team member, Kingdra. I don't have a great way to deal with them, so I send in Abomasnow for Hail Trip and neutral Ice Beams. Kingdra's own Ice Beam in return does more than expected, and I miss my first Ice Beam as he begins setting up double teams. Getting set up on with double team is always scary for any Nuzlocke, but after a freeze for my second Ice Beam, I'm not really too worried. Unfortunately, my next Ice Beam into the Hail Chip just barely misses the kill, and Juan gets to heal off the freeze with a full restore. Oh well, it's just a missed kill, right? I brush it off and figure that the battle will be done right after this. I had no idea just how wrong I was, though. This one missed kill would turn into this run's undoing. Kingdra puts my Abomasnow into kill range as I miss a second Ice Beam, and I'm forced to switch into Inteleon, who misses an Ice Beam as Kingdra goes for rest. From here, things just keep on snowballing. The Kingdra's just set up too many double teams, and I'm just missing too many of my attacks. Even when I hit an attack, it doesn't do enough damage, and slowly, my team falls apart. It's Inteleon first to a critical hit Ice Beam. Then, as I frantically switch around to try to take it down without making sacrifices, it knocks my entire team into low HP. Hitmonlee misses a crucial Earthquake that would have finally killed it, and another Ice Beam that I thought he ran out of PP for at this point puts Tangrowth into the single digits. I go to Abomasnow on a Water Pulse, but he fails to hit an attack, eventually going down. Shiftry is next as I live a Water Pulse to hit a perfectly accurate feint attack, but Kingdra just outspeeds, and he can't get it done. Hitmonlee thankfully hits through evasion to get the final kill, but at this point my entire team is in the low yellow, and that was only Juan's second Pokemon. He's not done going through my team yet. Crawdaunt gets killed by a single high jump kick, but Hitmonlee misses the kill against Whiscash, dying to an Earthquake that I had no switch-ins for. I'm able to predict that Juan would heal over going for the kill, and thankfully take Whiscash out the Crunch into Sucker Punch, and Malwa barely lives a Water Pulse to take the kill on Celio. I won the battle, but it feels like I've lost the war here. With these deaths, I only have 4 Pokemon left, not even close to a full team. On top of that, the ones that were killed in this battle were most of my best teammates. Inteleon, Abomasnow, and Shiftry were all going to be really great against the Pokemon League. Is it even possible for me to beat the Elite Four with the ragged remnants of my box? Honestly, I'd even considered resetting here and running it back for a better attempt, so I wouldn't have to embarrass myself by putting that disaster of a Juan fight out there. But something stops me. A tiny glimmer of hope. Mega Mawile matches up incredibly well into the Elite Four, with her typing, dual stab, and power from her ability. With that, it feels like there might just be a chance for my team. As small as it might be, it's there, and I try to remember that as I approach the Pokemon League gates. As predicted, Mawile dismantles Sydney's team with Play Roughs, with a small assist from Ninetales to kill the Shiftry, before Mawile comes back to cleanly kill the remaining Absol and Cacturn. Phoebe goes down similarly, with Mawile tearing down her entire team without any issues. Glacia's a little bit trickier. Tangrowth leads to outspeed and outcover Celia with Giga Drain, and Ninetales kills her 2 Glalies with flamethrowers that don't one-shot somehow. Ninetales is like terrible, by the way. Mawile comes in on an Ice Beam from Wall Rain, and an Iron Head gets the one-shot with a really lucky critical hit that definitely mattered. Celio's last, and it falls to another single Iron Head. Against Drake, a single play Rock takes down his Shelfon, but I have to switch out of a potential flamethrower for Salamence, although he strangely goes for Crunch instead. Lopunny does decent damage with Ice Beams, but she can't get the 2-shot through Salamance's Citrus Fairy. I decide to gamble on the Attract proc from Cute Charm rather than risking Mala to a random move, but Lopunny just isn't alluring enough, and she falls to a Dragon Claw. On Drake's heel turn, Mala can get the clean kill with a Play Rough, and kills Flygon with 2 Sucker Punches, tanking the return flamethrower surprisingly well. Kingdra thankfully doesn't crit with Surf, and he and Altaria go down to 2 more Play Roughs, and that's it. I made it to the champion, on the back of my powerful Mega Evolution. Still, I only have 3 teammates left, and Ninetales is not going to do anything against Wallace, let's be real. Can Tangrowth and Mawile get the win? As I walk into the champions room, I have absolutely no idea how this fight is going to go. Tangrowth leads against Wailord, but doesn't outspeed like I thought he might, and things are already looking really bad as he takes a ton of damage from Blizzard. Ninetales switches in on the second Blizzard, and with some really unnecessary pivoting, Mawile gets the kill with a Sucker Punch. I switch Tangrowth in on Whiscash's Earthquake, but my Tangrowth is just too slow, and Hyper Beam gets the kill on him. Mawile can at least get a free kill on the recharge turn, and I swap to Ninetales next, sacrificing it to shake off the Intimidate from Gyarados. Sucker Punch looks like a 2-hit KO, and Mawile tanks the return Earthquake pretty decently, but heartbreakingly, I miss the range for the second one to kill, and from here, it's unfortunately over. A single play Rough on the heel turn takes the kill, but the next Tentacruel is just too fast, living a Sucker Punch and killing my final Pokemon with Hydro Pump. In the end, I just didn't have the resources left to take on Wallace's team, and my run ends here, in a loss. Okay, I have to admit something. I've been lying to you this entire time. See, this loss wasn't what actually happened. In reality, my Mawile got trapped and killed by Wally's Magnet Pull Magneton in Victory Road, and with my strongest team ever gone and only 3 months left, I was unable to even make it past Glacia. Honestly, all the hope that I was talking about was all just a ruse. It was just a hypothetical I was playing out. In reality, the run was doomed before I even entered Evergrande City. I obviously could have done a lot of things better here. In particular, my plan for Juan was obviously really stupid. I could have gone back and purchased the TM for Blizzard from the Lily Cove department store, and taught it to both my Abomasnow and Inteleon. In this version of the game, Hail from Abomasnow's Snow Warning makes Blizzard a guaranteed hit move similar to Shockwave, and that, plus the increased damage, would likely have gotten me through the Juan fight without a single death. With my full team in place, the Elite Four would have been a complete breeze, with Mawile similarly carrying me through the entire Elite Four, and the rest of my team coming together to take down the champion. If I just not made that one simple mistake, I would have won the entire run. Honestly, I had even considered going back to get the Blizzard TM at the time, but I just got too lazy and I figured that everything would be fine. I mean, it's Vanilla Emerald, right? How difficult could it be? There's nothing else to say. I was way overconfident and I lost. It's not so bad to lose sometimes though. Losses are always more educational than wins, and I've definitely got a lot to take away from this one. Hopefully, by showing the loss off, there's some takeaways for whoever's watching too. Or maybe not. Honestly, I was just really bored of Emerald at this point and didn't want to do another full attempt, so that's why I'm framing everything like this. Sorry. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video if you made it this far. I do like everything for these videos myself, and it takes a lot of effort, so I would really appreciate it if you showed a little bit of support by liking and commenting if you enjoyed the video, or subscribing if you want to see more Nuzlocke videos like this. Okay, that's it. Bye.